Beneath 2 miles of ice, in the most inhospitable place on Earth, something is waiting. Ancient maps show Antarctica without ice. Satellite imagery reveals geometric patterns under the glaciers. And declassified documents hint at discoveries that governments don't want you to know about. Is there a lost civilization buried beneath Antarctica? Today, we're diving into the evidence, the theories, and what science actually says. Some of it will surprise you. Before we start, hit subscribe. We explore the world's greatest mysteries with science and skepticism. We've got 7 chapters ahead covering ancient maps, satellite discoveries, scientific expeditions, and theories that range from plausible to absolutely wild. Let's begin. Antarctica is Earth's final frontier. It wasn't even confirmed as a continent until 1820. But here's what is strange. It appears on maps from the 1500s centuries before it was officially discovered. The continent is 98% covered in ice, averaging 1.2 miles thick. In some places, the ice reaches nearly 3 miles deep. Beneath this frozen wasteland lies a landmass the size of the United States and Mexico combined. For most of human history, what's under that ice has been a complete mystery. But modern technology is finally letting us peek beneath. And what we're finding is raising questions. In 1929, historians discovered something bizarre: the Piri Reis map. Created in 1513 by Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis, it shows the coastline of Antarctica in remarkable detail 300 years before the continent was officially discovered. But here's the really strange part. The map shows Antarctica's coastline without ice. Modern surveys confirm the accuracy. The mountains, bays, and inlets match the actual bedrock beneath the ice. Another map, the Orondius Phineas map from 1531, shows even more detail: rivers, mountains, and coastal features. How is this possible? Skeptics offer several theories. First, these could be misidentified coastlines of South America. Second, pure coincidence, artists drawing speculative land. Third, the maps could be inaccurate, and we're just seeing patterns that aren't really there. But supporters argue the level of detail is too specific, the coordinates too accurate. And Piri Reis himself wrote that he used source maps from the time of Alexander the Great, maps that no longer exist. So either ancient civilizations mapped Antarctica before the ice formed, or this is a massive coincidence. Fast forward to the 21st century. Satellites equipped with ground-penetrating radar and thermal imaging are revealing what's beneath the ice. And some of it is unexpected. In 2001, satellite thermal imaging revealed geometric patterns in the ice, unusually regular formations that some believe could be artificial structures. The patterns show right angles, parallel lines, and symmetrical shapes. Scientists explain these as natural geological formations, volcanic vents, rock formations, and ice dynamics creating regular patterns. Nature creates geometry all the time, but there's something real under there. Lake Vostok, a massive liquid water lake buried under 2.5 miles of ice. It's one of the largest lakes on Earth, isolated from the surface for potentially 15 million years. When Russian scientists drilled into it in 2012, they found microbial life organisms that had evolved in complete isolation. If life exists here, in this extreme environment, what else could have survived beneath the ice? Then there are the magnetic anomalies. Satellites detected unusual magnetic variations beneath the ice areas where the magnetic field behaves strangely. These could indicate metal deposits, volcanic activity, or something else. So what have actual scientists found? Let's look at the verified discoveries. No speculation, just facts. In 2017, scientists discovered fossil remains of ancient forests beneath the ice. Trees that grew 280 million years ago, when Antarctica was part of the supercontinent Gondwana and had a much warmer climate. Radar mapping revealed the Gamburtsev Mountains, a massive mountain range the size of the Alps, completely buried under ice. These mountains have peaks reaching 9,000 feet, and we had no idea they existed until 2008. Ground-penetrating radar also found ancient river systems beneath the ice, evidence of a time when water flowed freely across the continent. And in the Wilkes Land region, scientists identified what might be a massive impact crater 300 miles wide. These are real, verified discoveries, but none of them prove ancient civilizations. So where does that theory come from? In 2016, images went viral showing what appeared to be pyramids emerging from Antarctic ice. The photos showed pyramid-shaped peaks with remarkably smooth sides and geometric precision. Could these be artificial structures? Evidence of an ancient civilization? Geologists say no, these are nunataks, mountain peaks that protrude through ice sheets. The pyramid shape is common in nature, formed by erosion and glacial processes. The Matterhorn in Switzerland looks pyramid-shaped. So do mountains in Patagonia, the Himalayas, and dozens of other places. Without excavation, without close inspection, we're looking at blurry satellite images and seeing what we want to see. Could they be artificial? Technically possible. Probably natural? Almost certainly. But here's the key question. Was Antarctica ever warm enough to support civilization? Let's look at the climate history. 170 million years ago, Antarctica was covered in forests, teeming with dinosaurs. This continued until about 35 million years ago. Then, the Drake Passage opened between Antarctica and South America. Ocean currents changed. The continent began to freeze. By 14 million years ago, it was completely covered in ice. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, only appeared 300,000 years ago. The math just doesn't work. By the time humans could build civilizations, Antarctica had been frozen for millions of years. And this is where mainstream science diverges from alternative theories. Unless human civilization is far older than we think, or unless a previous advanced species existed before humans. Both ideas lack evidence but remain popular. So what's the truth? Let's separate fact from fiction. We know for sure that ancient maps show surprising accuracy, that the continent was once warm, and that satellites have found geometric patterns and anomalies. We know massive lakes and mountains exist under the ice. What we don't know is how ancient cartographers got their information, or what all the anomalies represent. What's unlikely is that ancient civilizations built cities there, or that the pyramids are artificial. But here's what is fascinating. Antarctica is one of the last truly unexplored places on Earth. 99% of it has never been seen by human eyes. What's under all that ice? We genuinely don't know. As climate change accelerates, more of Antarctica will become visible. And as technology improves, we'll map more of what's beneath. Maybe we'll find geological wonders. Maybe ancient ecosystems. Maybe just rocks and ice. The lost civilization beneath Antarctica is probably a myth. The evidence points to natural formations, ancient climate history, and our own human pattern-seeking behavior. But the continent itself is full of real mysteries, scientific ones. Subglacial lakes teeming with unknown life, mountain ranges never seen, climate records going back millions of years. And yes, maybe some surprises we can't anticipate. The truth is usually less sensational than the myth, but no less interesting. Antarctica doesn't need lost civilizations to be fascinating. What do you think? Ancient civilization or natural geology? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me, what mystery should I investigate next? Ancient technology? Underwater cities? Unexplained artifacts? Hit subscribe for more investigations where we separate fact from fiction. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay curious, stay skeptical.